California is cracking, not merely in its economic figures, but in the very promise of the dream it once held. By 2025, the Golden State will not just cool, it will spiral. Entire neighborhoods, once hotbeds of bidding wars, now lie eerily silent, abandoned. Homes valued at $1.2 million just 2 years prior now see prices slashed by $200,000, yet buyers remain elusive. This is no mere slowdown, it is a full-blown market correction. Soaring interest rates, exploding insurance, costs the vanishing of remote work opportunities. And a mass exodus of disillusioned residents are now tearing through the very foundations of California's housing market. The most alarming truth this crisis extends far beyond the familiar confines of San Francisco or Los Angeles. Sleepy suburbs, sun-drenched beach towns, and vibrant inland tech hubs all are now fracturing under immense pressure. In this revealing video, we unveil the top 10 California cities to unequivocally avoid in 2025. These are the places where the market is already crumbling, where an ill-timed purchase could cost you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So whether you plan to invest, relocate, or simply observe from the periphery, this critical countdown could safeguard your financial future. Let's get started. Number 10, Ventura. Properties that once vanished from the market in mere days now languish untouched for 90 or even 120 days. Sellers are slashing prices by $50,000, sometimes even $100,000, yet still walk away empty-handed. Even Ventura's crown jewel ocean view living has become a significant liability. Flood zones and wildfire risks have driven insurance premiums sky high, with some properties costing over $9,000 a year just to insure a deal breaker for many families. Downtown condos once snapped up by eager LA weekenders are now ghost listings, multiple price cuts, no offers, and zero urgency from buyers. That legendary location now feels more isolating than idyllic. Commutes to Los Angeles are draining, job opportunities remain scarce, and younger buyers burdened by debt and inflation simply are not showing up. Ventura still photographs like a paradise, but for real estate in 2025, it edges dangerously toward disaster. If you want to stay ahead of the next wave of California housing market shifts, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. This is just the beginning. Number 9, Oakland. Oakland, once the gritty rising star of the Bay Area, now watches its momentum sharply reverse in real time. In 2025, home prices have fallen over 8% across the city, with certain neighborhoods like East Oakland and Fruitvale reporting double-digit drops. Listings in Jack London Square, once a tech favorite, now sit stagnant for weeks, even months. Price cuts have become routine. Buyer interest has nearly vanished. What drives this precipitous fall? Lingering safety, concerns soaring property taxes, and a profound post-pandemic disillusionment. Tech workers who once flocked to Oakland are now departing. Startups have packed up, and the influx of out-of-state buyers that fueled price surges in 2021 and 2022 has completely dried up. Worse still, Oakland's infrastructure ages rapidly. Roads are crumbling, transit systems are strained, and while prices fall, insurance premiums continue to climb, especially in wildfire-prone hillsides and older multi-unit buildings. Middle-class buyers no longer even consider Oakland. They turn instead to Sacramento, the Central Valley, or skip California altogether. The investors who bought in during the Bay Area frenzy, many are already underwater, both financially and psychologically. Oakland's real estate market is not just correcting, it's bleeding. So if you are thinking about buying, hold up. The cities ahead get even rougher. You do not want to miss what is next. Number 8, Bakersfield. Bakersfield, once the budget-friendly escape for priced-out Southern Californians, now feels the full weight of a profound market shift. Between 2020 and 2022, this blue-collar city saw prices surge more than 40%. Families flocked in, investors pounced, and builders raced to keep up. But in 2025, the boom unravels. Median home prices have dropped 6% over the past year, and inventory has surged by 75%, with many homes now sitting idle for 60 to 120 days, even after multiple price cuts. The oil industry, long Bakersfield's economic engine, faces severe volatility. Job growth as flat wages have stagnated, and with mortgage rates hovering near 7%, what was once affordable has now slipped tragically out of reach for the average local family. Worse yet, investor demand has cratered. Airbnb listings are vanishing. Out-of-town landlords who once saw Bakersfield as a cash flow haven are now offloading properties, fast often at a significant loss. For first-time buyers hoping for stability, this is not it. The market feels oversupplied, undersupported, and riddled with doubt. Bakersfield might not make headlines like LA or San Francisco, but the correction here is just as real and just as dangerous. Stick around. What is coming next might change where you move. If you find this valuable, go ahead and subscribe. It helps us reach more people before they make a costly mistake. Number 7. San Jose. San Jose, the tech capital of Silicon Valley, once represented unshakable real estate value. But by 2025, even this titan stumbles. Median home prices in San Jose peaked in late 2022, with many properties topping $1.5 million. This year, however, reveals year-over-year drops between 7% and 10%. Inventory has jumped dramatically, especially in areas like Willow Glen, Berryessa, and Evergreen. Sellers are slashing prices by six figures, yet buyers remain cautious. The root issue lies in the tech sector. Massive layoffs at giants like Google and Meta have profoundly shaken the local economy. Remote work policies are being rolled back, and with fewer incentives to live near the office, many workers are packing up and leaving the Bay entirely. Meanwhile, insurance premiums in fire risk zones have doubled. Property taxes remain sky-high, and new legislation around rent control and short-term rentals makes investors deeply nervous. Once flush with out-of-state cash and foreign investment, San Jose now sees listings go stale for months. Luxury condos downtown sit empty. Suburban homes once fought over are now reduced by $200,000 or more. San Jose still boasts innovation and prestige, but in real estate, prestige does not pay the mortgage. Not in 2025. If you are thinking of buying in the Bay, hit that subscribe button. The next city might surprise you and save you from a financial pitfall. Number 6. Laguna Niguel. Laguna Niguel, once a crown jewel of Orange County, now grapples with a real estate shift few anticipated. Known for its pristine neighborhoods, scenic hills, and proximity to the Pacific, this master-planned community was once a magnet for upper-middle-class buyers chasing a safe suburban lifestyle with ocean breezes. But in 2025, even the strongest markets show cracks, and Laguna Niguel is no exception. Median home prices have dropped nearly 6% year over year, with luxury townhomes and ocean view properties sitting on the market for 70 to 100 days, unheard of just a year ago. Sellers are offering major concessions, $50,000 price cuts, rate buydowns, even cashback incentives, and still buyer activity remains subdued. Why? The same forces hitting the rest of the state are present here too: elevated mortgage rates, crushing insurance premiums, and waning demand from the remote work crowd who once fled to coastal Southern California. Local agents report that many listings go stale even in premium developments like Bear Brand Ranch or Marina Hills. Wealthier homeowners are downsizing or moving out of state, leaving the market top-heavy and out of sync with demand. Laguna Niguel still looks like the California dream, but in 2025, The reality is a quiet correction. A silent chill moves through the canyons, and this once stable stronghold may not be as bulletproof as it seems. Number 5. Santa Clarita. Santa Clarita, a family-friendly stronghold just north of Los Angeles, now teeters on the edge of a market unraveling. In 2025, this once red-hot commuter city watches its real estate glow start to dim. Home prices here have dipped 7% to 9% year over year, with inventory rising steadily across Canyon Country, Valencia, and Saugus. Once coveted listings now sit for months. Even new builds in 5 Points neighborhoods struggle to attract buyers. The problem: affordability has utterly collapsed. Median home prices remain above $750,000, yet the average household income has not kept pace. With interest rates still hovering near 7%, even dual-income families find it hard to qualify, let alone compete. The long commutes into Los Angeles, once tolerable thanks to remote work, are becoming a deal-breaker again as companies call employees back to the office. With gas prices soaring and insurance costs climbing, families are beginning to look elsewhere. Even investors are cautious. Rental yields have slipped, vacancies are rising, and the high cost of ownership no longer justifies the gamble. Santa Clarita still has charm, great schools, beautiful hills. But in 2025, charm is not enough. It is no longer the safe bet it once was, and if the trend continues, it could become one of the state's most overlooked real estate risks. Do not forget to like and subscribe to stay ahead of every shift in California's market. Number 4. Stockton. Stockton, the Central Valley city that exploded in popularity during the pandemic, now collapses under the weight of its own housing bubble. Between 2020 and 2022, home values here soared nearly 60% as Bay Area buyers flooded in searching for space affordability and quick access to the coast. But in 2025, the party is decisively over, and the correction is brutal. Median home prices have already fallen 9% year over year, with some neighborhoods in South Stockton and Weston Ranch seeing declines over 12% to 14%. Inventory has doubled since early 2023. Sellers who once fielded multiple offers are now sitting on listings for 90 to 120 days, slashing prices just to attract foot traffic. Foreclosures are quietly rising again, reminiscent of the 2008 crisis. Investors who bought into the frenzy are now desperate to offload properties as rental yields disappear. Homes purchased for $480,000 are being relisted for $420,000 and still not moving. The job market, heavily reliant on logistics and agriculture, is softening, and mortgage rates near 7% are choking off demand. First-time buyers are locked out. Out-of-town investors are gone. Stockton once symbolized possibility, a place where families could stretch their dollars and escape the coastal madness. But in 2025, that dream has flipped. Now Stockton stands as a cautionary tale of what happens when a market climbs too high too fast and has nowhere left to land. If you are watching from Stockton, let us know what you are seeing in the comments below. Number 3, San Francisco. San Francisco, the tech capital, the cultural hub, the crown jewel of Northern California, now spirals into a housing crash unlike anything in its modern history. Prices are down 12% from their peak, and the descent shows no signs of slowing. Once coveted neighborhoods like Soma Nob Hill and Pacific Heights now sit eerily quiet. Entire condo towers in the financial district have gone dark, their empty units casting long shadows over a city that once glittered with innovation and wealth. This is not just about price cuts, it is systemic. Tech layoffs have gutted the local economy. Remote workers have departed, and the few buyers remaining are scared by crime headlines, staggering property taxes and insurance premiums that now exceed $12,000 per year in some districts. Mortgage demand has collapsed. applications are down nearly 40%. Even million-dollar listings see price reduction signs for the third, fourth, even fifth time. Investors are fleeing not just out of San Francisco, but out of California altogether. Once the most expensive city in America, San Francisco now leads the crash. For every storybook Victorian or gleaming glass condo that still stands, a hard truth lies underneath: buyers have vanished. Confidence is gone, and recovery is nowhere in sight. If you are in San Francisco or thinking about it, subscribe now, because what is coming next could redefine California's entire real estate map. Number 2, Los Angeles. Los Angeles, the city of stars, palm trees, and once invincible property values, watches its real estate glow dim fast in 2025. Across the sprawling metro from Venice Beach to the Hollywood Hills, the signs are impossible to ignore. Median home prices are down 6% to 8%, and in luxury zones like West Hollywood, Pacific Palisades, and Beverly Grove, the drops are even more severe. Homes that once sparked bidding wars now sit idle for 60, 90, even 120 days, their prices slashed again and again with no takers in sight. The dream is losing its luster. Skyrocketing insurance premiums, often $10,000 to $15,000 annually, in hillside fire zones are scaring buyers away. Add to that LA's infamous traffic gridlock, rising property taxes, and a growing homelessness crisis, and it is no wonder so many are packing up and leaving. Outmigration is accelerating. Remote tech workers and retirees, once lured by the weather, are heading for more affordable pastures: Arizona, Texas, even Tennessee. While LA's skyline remains iconic, its housing foundation is cracking. Even areas once considered immune, Silver Lake, Studio City, Brentwood, are cooling fast. Price cuts of $100,000 plus are now common. The glamour is gone, the demand drying up. In 2025, Los Angeles is not just cooling, it is vulnerable, exposed, and tipping towards something far deeper. Watching from LA, drop your experience in the comments and hit subscribe to stay ahead of what is next. Number 1, San Diego. San Diego, long hailed as California's safest housing bet, has officially joined the crash club. In 2025, this sun-drenched city of military bases, biotech campuses, and beachside charm feels the full weight of a shifting market. Prices are down 10% across the county, with some new developments in Chula Vista, Poway, and Mission Valley slashing prices by $75,000 to $120,000 just to stay competitive. The warning signs are everywhere. Inventory has surged 85% since 2023. Days on market have doubled, and price cuts, once rare, are now standard. Sellers are throwing in closing costs, rate buydowns, even cash incentives just to get buyers through the door, but it is not working. The demand is gone. The post-pandemic migration has reversed. Military relocations are fewer, and investors are pulling out, spooked by rising insurance costs, regulatory shifts, and shrinking profit margins. Even San Diego's condo market, once red hot, is softening fast. Units downtown and near the waterfront now sit for weeks, sometimes months, with no serious offers. Rental yields are thinning. Airbnb saturation has stalled. San Diego still offers sunshine, stunning views, and coastal perfection. But in 2025, that is no longer enough. The safety net has snapped, and the housing market is in freefall. Thinking of buying in San Diego? Think again, hit that subscribe button, and stay with us, because the crash is only getting started. Conclusion. So there you have it, the 10 California cities where the housing market is not just slowing, it is slipping off a cliff. From Ventura's coastal slowdown to San Diego's unexpected collapse, 2025 is rewriting the script on what used to be untouchable real estate. These are not just dips. These are fundamental shifts, the kind that leave homeowners, underwater investors scrambling, and buyers second-guessing every single move. But here is the truth. Most will not tell you this is not isolated, it is not temporary, and it is not over. Insurance premiums are still climbing. Mortgage rates are staying high. People are leaving California at record rates. With economic uncertainty clouding the future, what we are witnessing now might only be the first chapter. If you are thinking of buying in California in 2025, do your homework. Look beyond the pretty listings. Study the data job markets, migration trends, and the real costs of ownership. Because the difference between a dream home and a financial nightmare might be one city line away. Subscribe to Discover the Nation for deep dives like this, where we do not just show you the cities, we show you what is really happening behind the scenes. More housing crash videos, migration trends, and US real estate breakdowns are coming every day. And trust me, you will not want to miss them. Until then, stay smart, stay prepared, and stay ahead.